Hello everybody, it's me, Farham, and today we're here in Path of Exile 2, and we're going to be crafting, or trying to craft, some quarterstaves. So, been doing some wand crafts, and with wands, there's some sort of points along the craft where you can sell, and they actually do sell quite well. With quarterstaves, I think we're going to have a bit of a different experience here. We're going to need to craft these things to completion, and pretty much hope that we hit something good. We have 192 bases, with 192 Essence of Torment, 192 Orbs of Augmentation, 10 Greater Essence of Torment, 4 Greater Essence of Haste, I think 178, that's the right number, Regal Orbs, 576 Exalted Orbs, and 50 Chaos Orbs just for good measure. That's what we're going to be putting into this craft today. It's somewhere around 26 Divines. We'll pull up a spreadsheet in the next step of the video, and we'll take a look at the exact outgoings. We need to make one or two pretty good staves. I'm going to go through the trade site and show the sort of thing we're looking for. And we're going to go into Craft of Exile and go over our percentage chances and see if we beat the spread along each wave. So at some point, staves are going to be pretty much knocked out. There's going to be, well, not knocked out. We're going to craft most of them to completion and see what happens. We're just going to throw in what we've got. Some of them will get modifiers that are going to pretty much make them not really appropriate to keep crafting, but we're going to have a look to see if we beat the percentages of getting those bad modifiers as we go along this route. All right, let's jump over to the spreadsheet and have a look at these costs in detail. Total costs then, when all was accounted for, was 24 divines across the items we just spoke about, table broken down there. Our target for this craft is probably going to be something similar to what's here. This is my current quarterstaff. This is about between 90 and 120 divs, depending on the buyer. For me, you pay closer to the top end, but if you're a shrewd investor, you'd probably be able to get it for closer to the lower end. Something like that would be very good. That would be 4 times our investment with one item. However, there are other items that we can get that will be pretty good. So let's have a look at the search that we've got set up here and the sort of breakpoints that we're looking for, the things that will get a good search. So crit chance, very important. Physical DPS, very important, and we've got attacks at 1.51. That will indicate that there's going to be attack speed on most of the quarterstaves. So if we have a look at the sort of results at attack speed, crit chance, and a couple of fizz damage modifiers, anywhere we can hit those combination, we're going to be making 5 or 6 divines back at least. If we can hit high rolls of that, it soon starts to get into the 10 divines. We'll keep going down and we'll see that 14 divines, 15 divines, attack speed, crit hit chance, getting these values here with over 600 its DPS, start to hit some good value there. Now, first stage of this craft is going to be slamming them all with one physical modifier. We're just going to go through the whole tab. We're going to slam them all with one physical modifier. Hopefully, 70% of them, or 69% of them, according to Craft of Exile, nice, will come out with a prefix around physical damage. Preferably a high roll percentage or a high roll flat. So, about 46% of our staffs should come out, 47, sorry, should come out with that value, one of these modifiers at some tier. The rest are going to get increased fizz and accuracy, which isn't so bad. That's quite good. It's not what we really want first time round, but we'll take it. However, 30% of them are going to get leech percent of mana or life. The mana isn't terrible. The life is almost certainly a brick, so we want to see really fewer than 45 leech percent of physical damage as life, and if we beat that spread, then we've got some pretty good crafts going on. So let's get into the first stage of the craft. Here we go then, 192 Essence of Torment ready to go across 3 tabs. We're not going to mess about. We'll do some regex to search on what we've got, and then we'll pop them in a spreadsheet and see if we beat the spread. Let's just get everything upgraded to that first stage. My god, I miss Scouring Orbs. Want to buy Scouring Orbs, please. Oh, we left, oh, whoops. Make that 191 staves, guys. Oh no. How did that one get in here? I didn't do my pre-setup regex. Oh, another one. Oh, that one's like, that's what you get for sleepily doing delirium. 190 staves. Well, that's a nicer rounder number, isn't it? Nice round number. Just we'll just pretend. Those ones can stay in there, and they will just turn out to be trash in the end, right? But all of my nicely ordered currencies are going to have little bits left over. Oh no! Oh, the shame! The shame! The shame! There we go. We've got 2 of these left over now. Okay, so that's everything hit with the fizz. That's the first stage. Let's do some regex, see what we've got, and pop these things into the spreadsheet and see if we've beaten the percentages offered by Craft of Exile. I'm not going to make you watch me count them, mostly because counting them and recording myself seems to be a complete strategic impossibility. There's supposed to be 191 here, and every time I tried to record myself, I did not come up with 191. I recorded myself off camera, and I did. So that's good. These are the regex we used. So to find the ones that are increased fizz percent, but not including accuracy, we do string of increased and then exclamation mark for not accuracy. That gives us our flat fizz percents. For our adds damage at this stage, we can simply type in adds. That will bring us everything that adds physical damage. For our flat fizz that includes accuracy, we go same as before, increased, but then this time for our accuracy string, we don't include the exclamation mark. We just go for accuracy. This will give us all of our flat fizz with accuracy. Nice rolls there, I just caught out the corner of my eye. For life, we can simply type in, for life, mana, life, damages life, sorry, just simply type in life. And then for mana, we can simply type in mana. Nothing too complex to find what we want at this stage in the craft. So, having typed all that in and got everything right, how did stage 1 of the craft turn out? Well, I've popped it all into a spreadsheet so that we can have a look. Now, taking the values from Craft of Exile, at this point we were looking to craft suffixes and prefixes only of the fizz type. These are the amounts that we counted in. So flat fizz percent, 25. The expectation there was 41 according to Craft of Exile, with a percentage chance of hitting that at 21.715%. We had a deviation of 16 fewer than we wanted. That is absolutely awful. Flat fizz was supposed to be 47. Well, we got 47. The expected was 49. Deviation of almost 3 fewer than we should have. That is, again, not good. Fizz percent and accuracy. The worst of these are basically in tier order of how I would have wanted them. Flat fizz and fizz percent, they would jostle for top position. So our middle tier, we are still on a deviation of 3. Then we get to the 2 suffixes, the things I mentioned as being basically bricks. We're going to continue the crafts with them anyway, but they are basically bricks. We hit 40 of each. A deviation of an increase of 11 on each of the expectation. That is literally, if the Craft of Exile stats are right, that is absolutely shit luck. That is terrible. Anyway, let's org smash these things, and then we can come up with some more complex regexes to find things that we might actually want to use our expensive essences on. Right, let's hit them all with orgs then. Every single one's getting an augment. You get an augment, and you get an augment. You get an augment. All of you get an augment. Speed clicking, this is it. This is power crafting, guys. This is gaming in the 21st century. Let's go. Just keep clicking until you can't see any things to click on. Can't over-click with these, so it's okay. We're going to probably use all of those resources, by the way. We're going to take all of these to 6 slot crafts, I think, just to say we did. Right, last wave. We're going to have one little blue boy left over. One blue ball solitarily on its own, hanging there. Nobody loves it. Or I miscounted and we're going to have too many blue balls. Not enough blue balls. What if we've not got enough blue balls? I think we do. Alright, I've missed one. I've missed a... No, there was one thing that already had 2. But we kept it in because it had a fizz percent, so it didn't ruin my counting. Okay, that's fine. We've got 2 blue balls, guys. We haven't got one. They're hanging out together. Oh, thank God for that. Having just 1 ball. This song's about that. Anyway, guys. Let's come up with some regex. Let's see if we can find some gems in what is undoubtedly a sea of shit. So let's quickly talk about what we were looking for before we go in and put in our expected outcomes. I just want to discuss a little bit about magic items in the game. So magic items can have 2 modifiers on them, 1 suffix, 1 prefix. We were mostly looking for prefix modifiers before, and then we're slamming on a suffix modifier. The prefix modifiers where we were getting our good fizz damage. So at the top here, we've got 3 suffixes that we would really like to see. And these are the actual counts we've got. So we've got 25 prefixes with a good suffix, either crit percent, crit bonus, or attack speed. I'm not too worried about the tiers right now. We'll pick the best tiers for the best crafts. But this is looking good because that gives us 10 attack speeds that we can hit with our Greater Torments. And we can pick the best 4 crit percent or crit bonus to hit with our Greater Essences of Haste to guarantee that attack speed. We'll talk about that as we move on to that third craft, however. And then we've got our prefixes. So all of these prefixes here, all of the suffixes that we hit that we didn't really like, they have now hit a redeemable prefix in some fashion. They're not going to be worth using expensive currency on, but if we regal them and get something good on the third, which can be either a suffix or a prefix, then we will certainly continue with those crafts. However, let's talk about how we're going to work out our expected for a moment. So with these top 3, we have locked out, or we had locked out, prefix modifier. We had a prefix on it already, so it was going to get a suffix. Therefore, the total weight here of 62,000, that's the only weight that's actually left for the next roll. Therefore, when we work out our expected, the 2.5% chance, well, that was 2.5% chance for crit when you added both these weights together. When you've only got this weight left, it's actually closer to about a 5% chance. But we're going to go through Craft of Exile, we're going to get the numbers out, and we're going to see how our deviation looks. So I'll be right back. That plugged in. As I was plugging in this data, it dawned on me what an error I have made. And I'm sure we can all spot it, where there is the incredible deviation across rows 5, 6, and 7 there. Now, the data here at the top is fine. This is about correct. We've actually beaten the odds on... We've actually got good rolls there. We've beaten the odds. We've actually had a good luck craft from going from having an open prefix to getting a good suffix. However, I realised that actually what I've counted in these are the ones that had an open suffix, but have then hit either a mana or a life roll. So that's why we've got such a large deviation here. These are effectively counting in some good rolls that bricked. But we've got these things that we can keep working with. And then elemental damage is the only really true new find within the mana life. However, I'd say that we've probably got, quite a lot. I've divided it into open prefix and open suffix so that we can actually get the proper deviation and proper percentages. I think we're good to move on. I think we're going to get some decent crit percent and crit bonus crafts here with the haste. We're going to get some good torment crafts with the attack speed. And then we'll probably just regal and exalt up the other stuff and see if we can find some gems. But let's move on to the expensive stage of the craft. This is where we're going to start dropping some divines. Right, first things first, let's do the easy bit. The bit where we don't need to think. We're going to hit all of our attack speed and fizz bonus with another fizz. We're going to hope that we hit some good stuff. So I've got the 10 or Essence of Torment here. Nice. Okay. Terrible. Okay. Okay, we're hitting a lot of flat fizz here. Terrible. Right, okay. We're hitting some things. They're not great things, but they're things. That's because they're not starting on, like, the best bases ever, but... Right, there are our last 3, right? There must be one more. And you, of course. There's these 4. I think we've got a few lives and mana there, which is not great. We will check what our spread was on those 10. So, let's just look for the guff stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We've hit 4 that were not great. So 6 have proceeded on. 4, not great. So let's have a look what else we've got. That's pretty good. That's a lot of fizz damage. We can hit some attack speed on that and then hope for the fizz damage. That should be fine. Guarantee the attack speed. So that's flat fizz. It's quite high. Oh, we haven't got very good targets here. We'll have to pick this one, and then we'll pick 2 of the crit bonus ones, hopefully. There's one with a nice... Oh, they're not great. Oh, they're really not great. Probably that one, and maybe that one. Oh, this is just to show deterministic crafting. Do not try this at home, guys. Oh, okay, that's okay. It's okay. Well, let's get our money back on that one. What is that attack? What is that roll? Ooh. Alright, so there are 4 superstars. There's all of our greater essence used. Now it's going to be time for regaling and exalting. I think what we're going to do is we're going to finish our expensive crafts first. So we'll exalt these up and see what we hit, and then we will throw caution to the wind. We might choose to exalt some of these at some point. So let me take a look at this. Let me take a look at the staves, and then we'll come back for the scary part of the craft. Alright, let's start with the 4 expensive ones. So I've thought about it. I think the best thing we can do without spending ridiculous currency at this stage is to hit them all with exalts. Worst case scenario, they get 3 modifiers we don't want. Then think about chaosing them. So let's hit these with the exalts. But let's get the exalts to the inventory. This is terrible. It's more fizz. We need flat fizz now. Come on. Yeah, we can get flat fizz. Oh, God. Pretty bad. I mean, it's not terrible. We can redeem it. Might be able to be worth something. We'll have to check that out. We'll equip these things and see what they do. We'll rune them up. Right, next. Low roll, but now we've got just prefixes left. Terrible. Oh, God. Okay, well, that's a chaos target for sure. That's chaosable. Okay, at least it's a high roll fizz. A high roll cold, sorry. Ugh. Again, not looking good. Especially without the crit chance. Another chaos target. Well, there's a flat fizz. It's a shame how small it is. We just need a big fizz percent now. It's a shame about the tiers of all of those rolls. And that the, yeah. We might be able to sell it for a tiny, tiny amount. Like a div or 2. But there we go. That's all of them hit. This one I think might be okay. Let's have a look at it just raw on the character. No, terrible. Terrible. That one's actually the best so far. So the best one is this one with all of the low rolls. And it's because of the crit chance, I would imagine. Alright, let's chaos up. Let's see if we can salvage this end one. Or if we've just put 10 divines straight down the drain. You still got the crit chance and attack speed. Alright, that's a brick. That's going straight in the bin. I'm going to sell that to Dustbin Doriani. Alright, so what about this one? This one... It's got some low rolls. If we hit off the life into something good, or the cold damage into more flat fizz, it could be good. That was actually more fizz percent. Really need to hit that life per enemy hit into some crit chance. It's damage up slightly, but nothing much. Maybe a divine. Probably not though. That one I just almost don't want to mess with. So this one... about 33% chance. If we got rid of the... well, either the fizz damage accuracy, cold damage, or life would be fine. So let's see what we hit. And we immediately hit the crit. And it's gone. We hit the crit immediately. It's just gone. So we've got this little bad boy here. Let's quality it up and see how it comes out. See if we can redeem one of our greater essence of hastes. If we did put some more fizz damage on it, how does it look then? I reckon I could run... let's just corrupt it and see what happens. It got slightly better, I think. Or slightly worse. It's about the same. That's... it can go in here, and it probably won't sell, but maybe it will. We'll see. Alright, so we've still got this bad boy left. Let's see what it looks like once it's qualityed. Stick a couple of orbs on it. Stick a couple of iron runes in it. I know they're not the best, but I'm not wasting soul cores on this. Slightly better than the other one. So, what would we change about it, if anything? Well, that life per enemy hit would need to be... crit chance. I think we just put it in for 4 divines. Don't corrupt it. See if we can get the price of a couple of our... well, it's not terrible stuff. For a starter staff. It just doesn't have the crit chance. It's missing the crit chance, which means it's never going to be great. But it's got a good base, and it's got a lot of rolls in the right places. It might sell for that, but I'm going to expect we're going to be running this at a loss unless we pull something out the bag with one of these other... well, we've still got regal opportunities here, right? Before anything else, so... let's regal up what we've got left. Right, it's regal time. It's time to hit and hope on these top staffs here. Right, did we hit anything? I think we hit damage as life. Tier 1 accuracy rating. Stun duration. Oh, hello. Got something on you. Attack speed on that one, I believe. Six life per enemy killed. Decent-ish flat lightning. Decent-ish flat fire. His damage accuracy. We'll take it. We'll take it. Stun duration. Tier 1 accuracy. I think the tier 1 lightning damage. Yep. Double fizz attack speed. Let's go with the double fizz attack speed as well. So these all seem like pretty good exalt targets. Potentially then with chaos opportunity. So let's exalt them up. So this first one, fizz damages mana. Flat fire. That needed to be flat fizz. Oh, we can still get a flat fizz though. Huge cold damage. Like huge. Might not be terrible. Might be pretty bad. About on par with the others. 3-4 divines, maybe. Put it in. We can always hit them with those corrupts. At the end of the video, if I'm feeling like we're definitely not going to make any money back at all. Yep, let's exalt this one up as well. accuracy, and that takes up all our prefixes. It's pretty much dead. Yeah, it's dead. That's dead stuff. Take it back. We don't want it. This one's... It needs a big fizz percentage. Well, a huge flat lightning. It might end up... See, if this goes down to about 100k, yeah, no, terrible. I know I hadn't done everything that it needed doing. So this one, but duration, not great. We need big flat percentage fizz. We didn't get it. And one more thing, right, next. Okay, so if we can hit off any of the prefixes, really, with some Chaos Orbs, we might be able to turn this into something okay. It's got big crit chance, it's got dexterity, which is nice. Let's see what we can do. Oh, shit. We need a flat fizz. Oh god, we need a flat fizz. How good's that going to be right now if we... It's like a 33% chance, and if this has got some value to it now... in its current state, I think it might. Yeah, but if we put crit damage bonus in there, go up considerably. It does need the flat fizz. Needs that fire to be fizz. Okay, so there's 3 stats. So it's still a 50-50. Like, let's go. Because if we hit off the tier 1 increased flat percent or accuracy and hit that into flat fizz, that's fine. If we hit off the fire into fizz, that's fine. If we hit off the stun duration, that's okay as well. So let's go. That's probably just put its damage up considerably. Yeah, that has just put its damage up considerably. It's like 66% as good as my 100 Divine Staff now. Foul and go. As is. I think Val and go. Bollocks, nothing happened to it? Okay, fine. Put it up for 10 though. Good. Certainly a reasonable mid-investment staff that's going to get you through quite a bit of content. I'd be happy for 12 divines for it. At this point I'm thinking, can we just recoup our losses? Alright, so this one's got a little bit of spice to it. Let's see what we can do. Alright. I just lowered the lightning damage. That just not... Okay, we've got like 4 things. Still got 4 things. And now it's... Nah, it's got 1 mod that we like now. We're not even going to bother. Expensive. Chaos them up. Alright, so what else have we got here? Ooh, they're quite terrible. What about some of these attack speed ones? Fizz damage, attack speed. Sounds good. Fizz damage, attack speed, mana. I think we can do better. Fizz damage, attack speed. Fizz damage, attack speed. Damage, attack speed. Oh, they are decent-ish rolls. Fizz damage, attack speed, mana. Some quite low rolls there, but we'll take it. We'll see what we can do. Let's get these 5. See if we can get something. That's a large fire damage roll. Kind of, because the other rolls are quite bad. Attribute requirements, level of all melee skills. Alright, let's chaos it and see if we can 6 to all melee skills. Here, let's have a look at just see how silly this looks. Yeah. 114 mana cost for Ice Strike. I'm good. I think we're gonna not waste. We're not gonna chase bad on that one. We're just gonna sell it. those rolls are too low, I think, to throw chaos after that, so we won't bother. It'll be the same with this one. If we don't hit something good, I think it's too... No point chasing that. Okay. Okay, this one came to play. Alright, we need a big fizz percent now. Come on. Alright, I'm willing to throw a chaos after this. If we hit the stun duration or cold or accuracy fizz into a big fizz percent... sorry, well, the top two can go into it. Cold or the accuracy fizz percent into a big flat fizz percent, then this is very good. And with the stun duration can go too. Okay, okay. We hit it into a lower fizz damage percent. Let's go again. Okay, that's big. Elemental damage with attacks is nice. A whittling as well would get rid of the... You could deterministically remove that fizz damage and accuracy rating as the lowest modifier. To try and deterministically roll it into something better, it'd be well expensive. And you'd pretty soon lock yourself out, but... Give it a go. Don't know if we could give it a go. Give it a go. One moment. Alright, so this is definitely a 4 science move here. I'm not going to advise that you spend a 14 Divine Omen doing a craft like this, but if by some tiny chance, and it's about a 2.5% chance, we hit a big fizz percent damage roll instead of that fizz percent and accuracy rating, the staff could be worth double the cost of this whittling. So I'm willing to give it one go just to see what happens and see what comes out the other end. So we're going to activate it. We're going to activate our Chaos Orb. I'm going to cry. It tells us what it's going to remove. Did it replace it with flat accuracy? And that's a tier 5. Well, that was an expensive click. We could spend more to chase it, but it's then going to be knocking off probably the... Unclear. Maybe we should buy one more and find out. It's okay. So could we still chase this if we wanted to? No, it's going to drop off the attack speed at that point. Ooh. Ooh. Oof. Oof. Right, so that's pretty much bricked. Like, that was a very expensive attempt to try and save that. It was a very, very small chance. It was an absolute gamble. If it had paid off, we would have doubled our money as well. So definitely wouldn't have been worth it. Not the time to use a whittling, but I've never used one before. I kind of just wanted to use one. See if we can sell it for 7. Get half our money back. That'll be fine. So what's the last one we've got? We've got this little fella that looked like it might be quite good. Well, I say quite good. It's got terrible flat fizz. It's now got terrible everything. Nah, it's no good. It is no good. Alright, so we've still got quite a few things here. Quite a few bases in different states of life that are various levels of bricked. And I think what we're going to do is go through and regal them all and see what we're working with. Now, what we should do is save the bases and then push them back together and then reforge them all, and I've kind of been lazy in not doing that and selling them to Doriani. So the ones that we've got left here, we will be reforging those which are of no purpose. But let's just see if we get any more high crit, anything like that that looks like it might be worth throwing a couple more exalts at. We did put the currency down to try these crafts to see if we could get a little something back, but I think we're going to end up probably about 14 divines in the hole. Crafting melee weapons is really expensive, which is why they're really expensive. Kind of makes sense, right? You have to throw a lot of whittlings at them and have them in a good state with like good suffixes, but Anyway, let's get these all clicked on. So, I'm so dejected. Oh, nothing fun got made. How many crit chance ones have we got? Crit chance, low fizz. That's probably worth throwing some exalts at. That's probably worth throwing some exalts at. Some with like a reasonably high base crit. I suppose we'll throw some exalts at those, see what happens. That one's dead in the water. Just get a flat fizz. If we can get a percent. Okay, let's. Okay. Throw one more at it, see if we can get the leech damage or stun build up off. One more. Are you actually kidding me? It's still, it's because it's got the really good crit. I'm willing to chase it a little bit. Just a little bit. But no. Alas. It's still got the good crit. Let's go one more. One more. How is that crit surviving this? Oh, the flat fizz is, I thought that was fizz plus accuracy still. Oh, go away. Go away, go away. You're not worth it anymore. You're making me cry. Try this one. Oh no. Bricks. All of them bricks. Let's see if we've got any with decent crit damage on them. 18. We're looking for any really with above 20 here. That'll do. So an open prefix. Yes. Well, not good enough. 15. 13. Ugh. Alright, well, let's see what we can do with these ones. Terrible. Just bad. We need to hit some decent suffixes. Oh. Alright. Any that have picked up attack speed that look like they are worth having a craft at. Yeah, maybe. Sure. 11% low fizz, 5% no fizz, 8%, 9%, 17%, 16% terrible fizz. Oh, okay, 104%. Alright, let's see what we can do with you. Massive flat fizz. Could be some gems here. Let's grab out some of our exalts. Looks like we're going to be using a few more. We'll get a flat fizz on that. We can't. Go for the last one. Worth chaosing, probably. And well, immediate brick. Those tier 1s are just making me cry. Go in the box. Get in the box. And build up. I think now, if we chaos this now, it's a 50-50. We need to take off the attributes or the stun. Fine, just hit. Okay, okay. Okay, cold, the fizz, the intelligence, or the stun could go, and this would be okay. I mean, that's still a really good roll. We just... I don't want the accuracy rating. No. Just go away. You're not worth throwing any more chaos after at all. I don't think you are either. So, there we go. There's probably a couple of other things in here that we could pull out and maybe make some crafts out of, but doubtful. We got most of the high-level stuff originally. There'll be some sort of, maybe some high fizz percents somewhere. Some high flat fizz. Like there'll be a high fizz percent here. We can maybe find a couple of things like that, but it's unlikely that we're going to be able to turn them into anything particularly good. As you can see, the chances are very, very low. So the next stage on this would be reforging them all and then checking them through the reforging and then seeing if there's anything to worth chaosing, worth exalting, and then keeping on throwing currency after that, and we'd cycle down, cycle down, cycle down. The process would probably take a couple more hours to go through, but I'm quite happy with what we have managed to craft. We've managed to craft 4 staffs that I think may sell. If we hadn't thrown the whittling after it, we might make 3 divines off of those. They're reasonably mid-range staves. They're not top end. They're not huge staves at all. But there we go, guys. That is crafting staves. It's painful. It took me a long time to save all those up. But I hope it was in some way informative, and we've learned a couple of things about the crafting process and why they really need to add scouring orbs back into the game. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one.